Okay. All right, we're going to get going, everybody. My name is Andrea Krebs. I'm the campus administrator here at the Schaller campus. And today we are here to remember Ray, one of our colleagues, one of our friends, and even more, part of our family here at the Schaller campus. And I think as a community, we've been greatly affected by the loss of Ray. He knew everybody here. I think that he touched everyone in a way somehow, and we could always count on Ray to be there when we needed him. He could fix anything, and knew just about everything about our campus here. So today we're going to talk about some memories. Our spiritual care team will lead us in some various things to help remember Ray. He will never be forgotten. And I'm so excited that even given our COVID times, Ray's family is also here at our campus to share with us in this loss, but also to help celebrate Ray. And we hope that they get an idea of how special Ray was to us. So welcome to Ray's family. We're so glad you can be here with us today. So with that, I am going to let our spiritual care team take the lead. And again, if you have a hard time hearing or the sound is not coming through, I ask that you just give our front desk a call at 328-2000. Thank you.
We remember Ray with joy and sorrow today in this brief memorial service. God is my shepherd, I shall not want. God makes me lie down in green pastures. God leads me beside still waters and restores my soul. You lead me in paths of righteousness for your name's sake. Even though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for you are with me. Your rod and your staff, they comfort me. You prepare a table before me in the presence of my enemies. You anoint my head with oil, my cup overflows. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life, and I shall dwell in God's house forever and ever. Psalm 23.
In the words of the psalmist, who shall ascend the mountain of the eternal? And who shall stand on God's holy mountain? He who has clean hands and a pure heart, who does what is right and speaks the truth in his heart. The person who lives in this way shall never be shaken. Amen.
Abraham Joshua Heschel said, there are three ways to mourn. The first is to cry. The second is to grow silent. The third is to transform sorrow into song. In celebration of Ray, who lived and was appreciated beyond measure, here in the arms of this community, we join together to remember his song. We will now hear a few words from Pam Vituli.
Hi there. This piece was written by John Schaller, the physical plant director of the Schaller campus. I have a lot of memories of Ray. We think of Ray as someone who would always go the extra mile, but the truth is that he would go the extra mile and run a marathon, all the while with Sholom on his back. Ray would save broken down equipment for spare parts. He would tear down old washers and dryers and equipment to keep others running. Once we had a huge combi oven out in the employee garage for years. John told Ray we need to get rid of it. It was the size of 2 telephone booths. He argued that we needed for spare parts. Months later, it was still there. We got a call from the food service. Their combi oven display was down. Ray diagnosed it and found a 1-inch fuse in one of the garages and swapped it out. Ta-da! It worked. He just gave John that smile. See, I told you. 2 months later, we got a new combi oven and recycled both of the old ones. All of our maintenance team could tell you about responding to work order requests only to have a resident or tenant tell us that we would not do. They just had to have Ray. Ray had a way of calming people down. I have seen people pretty upset melt down and listen and respond to a soft, soothing voice. Ray was a man of faith. We shared our faith stories and fellowship on several occasions. Ray lived out his faith and became a servant for many, and those he served came out to love and cherish him, as seen by the deep sorrow that was throughout our campus when the news of the passing came out. I believed he received heaven's welcome and greeting. Well done, my good and precious one. I do not have a dry eye writing this, and we're going to miss the guy for a long, long time. Sincerely, John.
Everyone has a name given to him by God and given to her by her parents. Everyone has a name given to him by his stature and the way she smiles and given to her by her clothing. Everyone has a name given to him by the stars and given to her by her love. Everyone has a name given to him by his celebrations and given to her by her work. Everyone has a name given to him by the seasons and given to him by his death.
I'd like to share with you just a few of the memories that were written down over the past week or so from our fellow employees and friends. The first one, we little knew the day that God was going to call your name. In life, we loved you dearly. In death, we do the same. It broke our hearts to lose you, but you didn't go alone. For part of us went with you. The day God called you home, you left us peaceful memories. Your love is still our guide, and though we cannot see you, you are always by our side. Our chain is broken, nothing seems the same, but as God calls us by one, the chain will link again. A second one, dear Ray, it seems like a dream. You have just flown away like a bird. We all miss you. We're in the Sholom family, surrounded by all of us as you fly away. The shock is still tingling. Our dear Ray, you exhibited such characteristics that no one has, treating everyone you came across as special. You are very special. The never complaining Ray, humble, kind, playful, respectful, most hardworking man that has ever lived. Ray, you were Sholom and gave your all to Sholom. You are precious and will remain in our memory. Thank you for all you did from both staff and residents. There are many more as beautiful as that, but I think this probably one sums it up. As you cannot or may or may not be able to see, there's a picture of an elevator on it. And it says, notice, elevator out of order. And this person writes, hoping and praying I don't get stuck in the elevator again. My elevator rescuer is no longer with me. I would be stuck for life in the elevator. R.I.P. Ray, we will miss you. Now Rabbi Bell will sing for us on Eagle's Wing.
You who dwell in the shelter of the Lord, who abide in the shadow for life, say to the Lord, my refuge, my rock in whom I trust. He will raise you up on eagle's wings, bear you on the breath of dawn, make you to shine like the sun, and hold you in the palm of his hand. Snare of the fowler will never capture you, and famine will bring you no fear. Under his wings your refuge, his faithfulness your shield, and he will raise you up on eagle's wings, bear you on the breath of dawn, make you to shine like the sun, and hold you in the palm of his hand. Need not fear the terror of the night, nor the arrow that flies by day. Though thousands fall about you, near you it shall not come. And he will raise you up on eagle's wings, bear you on the breath of dawn, make you to shine like the sun, and hold you in the palm of his hand. For to his angels is given a command to guard you in all of your ways. Upon their hands they will bear you up, lest you dash your foot against a stone. And he will raise you up on eagle's wings, bear you on the breath of dawn, make you to shine like the sun, and hold you in the palm of his hand, and hold you in the palm of his hand.
Before we close our time together, we will do so praying the Lord's Prayer, which is in honor of Ray's particular faith family. But before we do that, I would just want to invite you to, after the service, if you would like to stay and share memories and stories with each other, please look for the team leaders. We have a pair of leaders on each unit all across the campus. People are invited to share stories. We would like to then also record those stories and on paper, and we will put them together and put them in a notebook to give to Ray's family later on. Also, there will be some stones, and this comes from a story, combination of a story in Joshua. You can find that story written out on the table down below. But if you want, you are invited to take a stone and make sure that stone feels right for you. And this stone is a way to hold Ray as a memory in your pocket or in your purse or whatever it might be, a way to hold it, to think of Ray and offer a prayer up for Ray and his family and friends and for Sholom as we continue to grieve. So for those of you that this prayer is appropriate for your faith, I invite you to pray it along with me. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever and ever. Amen. Go in peace, and thank you for joining us today.